Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, happy weekend. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is doing well. So, no matter what time that you are listening to this broadcast, I hope that you are doing well and everything all good. Listen, I just want to preface this by saying that I may get a phone call. If that happens, I will have to tell the person that's calling that I can't talk right now. So that means that I would have to mute the microphone for a second. Hopefully, I will not get that phone call, but I wanted to preface this because I said, let me record now and not have to wait around all day just to do my recording because of a phone call. And thank you for understanding. Hey, I keep it real around here. I'm just saying the truth. So I have a bunch of random tips. There's nothing in any particular order. They're all different. These are just things that I came up with that I believe are money saving, and they are quick tips, and they are practically at zero cost. So it doesn't get better than that, in my honest opinion. Checking my audio here, making sure that we're loud enough. I want to make sure I come across loudly enough. Yeah. There you go. All right, very, very good. Let me find some of that happy music. Okay, hang on. Here's a little bit of a happy sound for you, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to jump right into these little tips. Here we go. Number one, again, not in any particular order of importance because they're all fun, they're all different. Number one, just for the fun of it, okay? Just for the fun of it, time some of the things in your life that you face with dread. It could be something as simple as making your bed. What? Yes, there are some people that really don't like to make a bed, but they feel a heck of a lot better once it is made. Am I right? Or am I right? Just for the fun of it. And I mentioned this in an upcoming video next week where I get into detail about other things, but I tied that in. Just for the fun of it, what I did was I did find out the other day that I made my bed and it only took 3 minutes and 15 seconds. What? 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, I don't dread making my bed. I like to, but I was curious to know, on average, how long does it take me to make my bed? Now, I know that sounds ridiculous, but for fun, just ask yourself, well, do you know the answer? How long does it take you to make your bed? But I found out factually on the second that it takes 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Excuse me. I know that sounds crazy, right? Anyway, next. For the next 3 days, consider having a sandwich and a salad night for dinner. Now, in the winter time when it's chilly, how many times I've recommended soup and sandwich, okay? Well, the soup is for, the hotter weather or whatever. But you could do either or. But in the warmer weather, one might tend to want or prefer to have a nice, cold, crispy salad to go with their sandwich. Why am I recommending this for a couple of nights or 3 nights? Whatever you want, of course. Because I have found that it is a very inexpensive, not to mention efficient way to have a meal. What an easy meal plan. It's healthy. It has everything you need all together. And I'm telling you, it is a time saver. The salads can be made ahead. If you want your sandwich nice and freshly made right then and there when you serve, great. If you want to make ahead your sandwich and put that away, and your salad is just sitting in the fridge too, all you have to do is get some easy to clean up paper plates. Talk about an easy night. And if you really want to go the extra mile, just throw in a handful of potato chips or pretzels. Hello. That little bit of extra crunch, or if you prefer, crunchy cucumbers or some other veggie in that salad. Yeah. Try that. See if you save money. You will. Because a sandwich can be dressed up or down. A salad can be dressed up or down. See what gives. See if it works for you. Give it a whirl. Next, Consider to replace processed cookies with made from scratch homemade cookies. Did you ever take a look at the prices in some, like, like real authentic bakeries that make the cookies on the premises? I'm not saying the cookies aren't delicious, of course, but some of the prices of those cookies could be really, really expensive. But isn't it nice to have a fresh, homemade from scratch cookie once in a while? We don't have to wait until the holiday season. Bring the holiday season into May, even if it's just once that you do this for the fun of it. Again, I mentioned for the fun of it. You're replacing processed cookies. Let's say you have a whole bunch of apples and you have not had homemade apple pie since September. Well, yeah, it's a fall food. Not for me. Apple pie can be any time of the year for me. In fact, people like to have it on Memorial Day. They like to have it on the 4th of July and all that. And of course, Labor Day weekend too. But why do we have to wait for those days? If we have the ingredients, we could consider making an apple pie from scratch. Now, I know that sometimes people are, phobic about making the crust. But there are a gazillion videos out there that teach how to do that. Or you could still get one of those pre-made crusts, just use that. All right. Those pre-made doughs that you bake off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're very good. All right. Next, again, for the fun of it, this is a project to consider with if you have kids or grandkids and you got a rainy, doesn't even have to be a rainy afternoon, but a weekend afternoon, they're hanging out with you. So why don't you have like a pizza and a movie afternoon or evening? However, the difference is this: you're making pizza from scratch. I know some people get terrified at that thought. But who's to stop you from getting a couple of loaves of Italian bread, and that'll be your dough, and then you can have whatever sauce you want, whatever toppings you want. Have the kids in on it, and they could do it. Or you can make your pizza dough from scratch, have the kids participate with that, and figure out the toppings and make a whole thing of it. I always remember memories of doing things. I don't necessarily always remember gifts that I've received, when I was a child, although I was blessed and did get nice gifts from my parents. But I don't always remember all of them. I do remember events that we did. Create an event. To me, for the fun of it, this is a wonderful thing to consider. Next, if you don't want to do that, perhaps consider cleaning out just one dresser drawer. There's always that one little dresser drawer that you're having a hard time trying to close. Like it feels stuck. It's like, oh, it's just like stuck. Then you're realizing, if we don't do something about emptying out some of the stuff in that drawer and reorganizing it or getting rid of some of the stuff, the decluttering process for that just one drawer, it's just going to burst at the seams and it is not going to be a pretty sight, nor will it feel correct. If you have a moment, do that. You could turn it into a fun event. Put on some music. Every single time that I do something that may not be my favoriteest thing to do, favoriteest, yes, that's an official word I made up. My favoriteest thing to do. But I love to listen to good music, and the music always helps. I have to say the truth, it really does. Okay, next, here's a suggestion, especially for keeping money. So this keeps money. If you happen to have rice and you enjoy it, if you happen to have pasta and you enjoy it, if you happen to have beans, choose one of the things I mentioned. Choose either rice, noodles, or pasta, or beans, and center a dish around it. Remember, those were your favorite things in the first place. Try to get some, take a look in your refrigerator. Do you have any cut up leftover chicken? Do you have any cut up leftover cooked meat? All these things you can assemble together with your favorite vegetables. For example, like frozen onion, peppers. You know that blend you get of the onions and the peppers? Oh my word, the green and red pepper and the onions, yummy. Throw all that together. Do it like a stir fry fashion. Yum, yum, yum. Add whatever seasonings you like and that you enjoy. So, so good. Money saver, and you have fun too. And the thing is, you really like it. That's the thing that matters. Things that you really like. Flipping my book over the page. Next, try to consider. Stay away from social media for a few hours that day. The day you want to do these things, just like keep away from. If you really could do it, try it for a few hours, even 2 to 3 hours. Bye social media. See you later. Stay away from social media for a few hours. replace it with anything else but social media. I'm just saying, can we survive without it? Yes, we actually could. I'm just saying. And next, finally, for this day, consider making time to be with nature in some way, shape, manner, or form. If you can't get to an outside place, maybe work with some plants that you have in your house or something that has to do with nature. Connect with the sun. Connect with, like, even if you just step out to your porch and backyard for an hour, reconnect with the sun, the flowers, or take a local walk to a local park. Reconnect with nature as much as you can. And if it's difficult for you to get around, even if you just step outside of your house, home, or apartment for a half hour for a change of pace, take in the great sunlight, and then go back home and continue doing whatever you want to do that makes you smile. And that's what it's all about, having a great day and making it smile. But there are other things too that we need to consider. So don't forget to keep on doing the following. And also, I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who has been supporting this channel in any way, shape, manner, or form. It could be with your views, it could be with your comments, it could be with your likes, it could be with your super thanks. Everything that you do is important. And I want to let you know this tiny little video clip. There you go. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your wonderful family.